Welcome to Being the Best Community Action Board. This is the first in a series of 8 units based on Information Memorandum 82, titled The Tripartite Board. The Office of Community Services issued this document in 2005 as a follow-up to the Community Services Block Grant legislation passed in 1998. This is a document that should be in every board member's handbook. Each unit in this series features a 12 to 15-minute video. A worksheet for each unit poses questions for board discussion. Other background materials are provided as handouts. Each unit also suggests sources of additional information on each topic. This series was developed by Melior Partners Incorporated. It was funded by a Training and Technical Assistance grant from the Office of Community Services. The office is a part of the Administration for Children and Families in the Department of Health and Human Services. The Economic Opportunity Act of 1964 mandated community action agencies to carry out the war on poverty. It contained this language. It is, therefore, the policy of the United States to eliminate the paradox of poverty in the midst of plenty in this nation by opening to everyone the opportunity for education and training, the opportunity to work, and the opportunity to live in decency and dignity. Community action agencies come in two flavors, private and public. Public community action agencies are created by city or county governments. The CSBG law describes them as advisory boards or committees. That is because the legal responsibility for the CSBG program remains with the elected body, a city council or a county commission. Private community action agencies are nonprofit corporations, as defined by their state's corporation law. They are governed by a board of directors, which is the legal CSBG recipient or grantee. Since 1970, CSBG recipients have been required to have what is called a tripartite board. This board structure is the best known CSBG requirement. The 3 parts the term refers to are the kinds of members that must be present on a community action board. At least a third of board members must be persons living in low-income neighborhoods. They must also have been nominated by democratic means. No more than 1/3 of board members must be local elected officials. The remaining members are to be selected from a broad range of community interests and groups. Information Memorandum 82 was issued to provide guidance to community action agencies on how to create boards of directors that meet the spirit as well as the letter of the law.
The second requirement of a community action board is that it fully participates in the development, planning, implementation, and evaluation of the program. 5 of the 8 units in this series explore what those 4 full participation responsibilities require of a board of directors. Throughout this series, we will reference the national goals and performance indicators. This planning and reporting structure was created in 1994 by a large working group representing a cross-section of the organizations in the Community Action Network. This monitoring and assessment task force developed 6 goals for the Community Action Network. The goals were a set of shared categories of the changes community action would bring about. The 6 goals also came together in 3 clusters of 2 goals each. 2 goals concerned improving the lives of low-income people. 1, they would achieve economic self-sufficiency. And 2, they would strengthen family and other supportive environments. Another 2 goals concerned improving community conditions. 1, the conditions in which low-income people live would improve. 2, low-income people would develop stronger ties to their community. The final set of 2 goals concerned community action agencies. 1, agencies would create partnerships with other programs and organizations helping low-income people also. 2, agencies would increase their own capacity to achieve all of the other goals. Before we preview the other units in this series, let's briefly check out the contents of Information Memorandum 82. The document is presented as a series of questions and answers. The first 3 questions review the required composition of the Community Action Board. Question 2 touches on the board's responsibility to select its members. Question 3 examines whether and when term limits are appropriate for board members. Question 4 discusses the board's responsibility to fully participate. We will expand on this question in several units in this series. Question 5 identifies topics on which a board should receive training. The topics are grouped into fiduciary responsibilities and leadership. Your handouts include a 2-page abstract of the responses to Question 5. Questions 6 and 7 are not in boldface type, so they are a little hard to identify. Question 6 discusses conflicts of loyalty or interest and how a board can control them. The importance of a written conflict of interest policy is accompanied by suggestions for avoiding even the appearance of favoritism or conflict. Unit 4 in this series will pick up on Question 7 about the relationship between a board and its executive. Question 8 recommends ongoing training for board members, including participating in State CSBG Office and State Community Action Agency Association conferences and meetings.
Here then is a preview of the other 7 units in this series. Unit 2 is called Organize to Lead. The unit describes 3 foundations of board leadership. 1, the bylaws that establish how the board will organize and conduct its business. 2, the meetings where the official business of the organization is conducted. And 3, the records that create the institutional memory of the organization. In this unit, we will highlight the board's fiduciary responsibilities listed in Information Memorandum 82.
Unit 3 is called Setting the Course. We will discuss how the board carries out its development responsibility through periodic community assessments. Then we explore how the board projects the mission forward in strategic and annual plans.
Unit 4 describes how the board-executive relationship shifts the board's focus to implementation, turning plans into action and results.
Unit 5 is about getting it done, as Larry the Cable Guy would say. We set out 3 questions to guide board oversight for plan implementation. We also posed 3 challenges the board must overcome in order to find the answers to the 3 oversight questions.
Unit 6 looks at how the board conducts financial management oversight. We answer 3 oversight questions and suggest solutions to 3 oversight challenges.
Unit 7 uses the same approach to explore program oversight. Program oversight has to answer the big question: so what?
In Unit 8, we conclude the series on the subject of administration oversight. We examine administration as organizational efforts to achieve efficiency and to reduce and manage risk.
As we look forward to Unit 2, we thank you for your interest in being the best Community Action Board. Thank you also for your service on your Community Action Board.